Hey there, Jason here for video 4 of the onboarding playlist. And in video 4 now, we're going to be going over something so important. So whatever you're doing, if you're listening to music or scrolling on TikTok, something, just exit out of it and full screen this video and just shut up and listen for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes maybe, but let's go. So this video, we're going to be going over the outline of how you're going to be texting and calling people, the leads, and the exact scripts we're going to give you to actually call them with and text them with. So I'll hop right into it. So this is our Miro board right here. This goes over the entire process and just explains the outline of how you'll be following up. And you can actually access this Miro board with the link in the description, but just listen to this video for now. You can access it later and get familiar with it later. For now, just watch this video. And we're also going to give you access to the script, the Google document script. But like I said, just listen in and you can get those later and go over the scripts and familiarize yourself later. For now, let's hop right into the actual Miro board and explain the entire outline here. So this is the golden follow-up system for clients. And to start off, I'm going to actually just go ahead and, explain some basic things here, like why we need to follow up with leads at all, the importance of it, and when to, a time frame of when to actually follow up and how important it is to be timely on your follow-ups and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start with why follow up at all with leads. So why do we follow up? Between work, family, and their mortgage, people forget about everything, doctor's appointments, their taxes, and even their in-laws. So by following up, you are communicating that you are a real, genuine person. So by following up on a message, you reinforce why they signed up in the first place. By following up, you're connecting the dots between their goals and your solution. So it's very important to understand, people are busy. They don't get around to you. They don't dedicate their whole life to you. They won't text you around the clock. So it's your job to make sure they do, and they do get their problems solved with you. And it's just communicating that, hey, you actually want to help them solve their problems. It's very important to actually follow up with leads. That's because they're busy and they don't have the time all the time, and their problems, they hit on them. They become painful. So it's up to you to solve them. Next, so if you aren't genuine with your follow up, your potential customers will know and they will go elsewhere. So when you follow up consistently with an honest desire to connect with real people, real life people, they will notice and they will be appreciative. That's very important to understand. Do not sound salesy. Sound genuine, like you want to have a conversation and genuinely help them, not just sell them a service. You want to actually help them deep down, from the bottom of your heart. But you get my point. Don't act salesy. So by following up, you are expressing the confidence you have in your ability to fix the problem. And by fixing that, you can alleviate their pains and move them toward their goal, which is awesome, right? Who doesn't want their problems to be solved? So following up basically helps them with their problems. And that's so important, right? Who doesn't want their problems solved? Now, this is also very important. Next, we have when should you stop right here. So understanding when to stop is super important. So let's go into it. You stop following up when they say stop following up. No sooner, no later. Just because they ignored your text or voicemail or call doesn't mean they hate you. You aren't spamming. You are following up with what they genuinely signed up for. They had a problem and they signed up for, you to solve it. They're here for your help. They're not ignoring you. They're not thinking you're some idiot. They just haven't got around to you. They're busy. People are super busy, and life almost always gets in the way. But they provided their information and they became a lead for a reason. So keep reaching out until the prospect tells you they are no longer interested in your offer. And only then should you stop following up. It's super important that you follow up until they say no, and that's it. Now we're going to go over when to follow up. So this is also super important. Please, please, please understand this. Timing is goddamn everything. It doesn't matter what you say, what offer you have. The timing is everything. Your first contact, whether that's text, email, calling, that should be within 5 to 10 minutes of receiving the lead. So if they just came in 5 minutes ago, you should have called them by now. You should have called them. This practice basically makes contact up to 80% more likely, meaning if you contact them within 5 to 10 minutes, there's an 80% chance that they will actually end up booking with you and you'll get a sale out of them. If you miss this 5 to 10 minute mark, I believe the numbers were as bad as 400% chance that they're not going to book with you. So if you do not get them within 5 to 10 minutes, it's almost a 400% chance that they won't book with you. And that's not good. Timing is everything, as you can see. 80% more likely if you do contact within 5 to 10 minutes. And if you don't, well, honestly, don't even bother following up, because after 5 to 10 minutes, it's not so good. So new Facebook ad leads need to be followed up with immediately, as I was going over earlier. The longer you take, the less they'll care. The sooner you call, the more they'll connect the dots between you and your call and the voucher they signed up for, and decide to schedule and come in, or you come to them. You get my point. But they'll figure it out the sooner you contact them. If they don't pick up, leave a voicemail with a phone script. Then call them 2 days into the future, or until they say stop calling. So 1 or 2 days in the future, right? That's how it's going to work. But I'll go into more detail later. So now, best practices. Be the solution. When you call these leads, remember you are offering a solution to a major problem they have, and that you are responding based on an action the lead took themselves. So you are not bothering them. You are doing them a favor, and they will appreciate the continued follow-up if you do it nicely and professionally. Now make it personal. Be dedicated to making sure they get what they want by following up on the leads, and establish a personal connection. Send personalized texts and be professional and caring, not cold and corporate. So don't sound salesy. Don't sound like you just want them to buy your stuff. People hate that. So get that out of your head. They want someone who is genuine, emotionally present, who can connect and just have a good conversation. That's what they like. People love that. Be personal. Get to know them. Next, a lead is a lead. Every lead has taken an action showing they're interested. If you don't get a hold of them today, try them tomorrow. Every person with the pain and suffering that you treat is a potential client. Whether it's signed up this month or this year, that problem doesn't get fixed without your help with actually reaching out to them. So it's so important to follow up, and within the first 5 to 10 minutes to follow up immediately. You need to understand that. And if you don't, say goodbye to sales. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules, but hopefully you understood those 2 points, why follow up and when to follow up. It's very important to understand that. Now we're going to go into the actual system and the outline we're going to have for you to contact these leads. So whenever they come into Lead Connector, this is the process. So day 1, when they're a hot lead, this is the entire process. They come in, you get a notification on your phone saying, hey, you got a hot lead. This is their name, number, email. Contact them, book them, right? They're a hot lead. First thing we're going to do on day 1 when they're a hot lead is call. We're going to double dial. So you might not know what a double dial is. A double dial means that if there's no answer on the first call attempt, then call them again seconds after the first attempt. So call them twice, basically, if they don't pick up the first time. This will break silence mode on their mobile phone, meaning the phone will ring, which will increase our chances of an answer. If you don't know this, some phones actually block out numbers they don't know. So on the first call, it'll sometimes block that first call if they don't know your number on their phone. But if they do know your number, they'll obviously pick up on the first time. But let's say they don't. Call them again. It'll break that silence mode and actually get you into contact with them via phone. So that's the first thing. Let's just say they don't pick up both, calls you gave, the double dial. It doesn't go through, none of them. Next, leave a voicemail. There's going to be a voicemail script I've left in the script section in the document, as well as a call script, actually. So it'll all be there. If they don't get back to you through the voicemail, if they just ignore that voicemail, let's say, then text them. Or if you'd like email probably not. I give you a texting script as well inside of the Google document. So we'll go over that soon, but it's all provided. All you have to do is just do it. Call them, leave a voicemail, text them. We'll show you what to do. You just have to do it yourself. That's day 1. So right when they come in, this is what you should be doing in order to get a booking from them. Day 2, let's say they didn't, they were a hot lead and they didn't actually go through with booking with you. What should you do now? Go to day 2. So on day 2, this is the first day follow-up. On the follow-up days, this is what we do. It's pretty much the same for both days, but let's go through it. So same process here. First thing is just double dial. Call them, double dial. You get the point. First time, if they don't pick up, do it again. Second time, if they don't pick up, Don't worry about leaving a voicemail. Just move straight to text or email. Probably just text though. I just included email in case, I don't know, some people are a little bit old fashioned. So yeah, if they don't pick up the calls, text them, follow up through text. And this is how we're going to do it. Actually, we're going to do that in the script section, which I'll go on and show you after. But if none of that works, they don't book on day 2, nothing happens on day 2. They don't even say to stop following up. They just say nothing, They're just like, oh, whatever. Do one last day. This is day 3 that we're gonna have you follow up with. This is gonna be called second day follow up, day 3. So if they didn't book with you on the first day, hot lead day, not on the first follow up day, last time we're gonna give them one more chance. We're gonna do second day follow up, and it's the same process. Double dial first thing. If they don't, pick up or anything, send them a text, and that's it. After that, it's not really that worrisome to worry about them booking or not, because they're just, it's been 3 days, right? No one will book out with you after 3 days. So that's really all you'll have to do. And I included this little day 30 here because this is actually what we're going to do on our end. We're like every month, every 30 days, we're going to do a database reactivation. We're going to send a blast of SMS, a blast of text messages with the offer we're running with you. So if that's like $25 off of detailing jobs, we'll send them all a blast of text messages every 30 days automatically on our end, letting them know about that offer. So in case they are ever interested or they still need help with their problem, we're here. And then you don't have to really worry about it. You might have to follow up with the people who do text back through this offer, this SMS blast, but don't worry too much about it. That'll be mostly automatically taken care of, so don't worry. Now I'm going to go over the appointment reminder process. This isn't too important to you because this is actually automated, but there are some key points I want to introduce you to. So let's get into it. So appointment reminder process. Schedule appointments within 2 to 4 days of contacting the lead. Do not schedule them out further. Keep the momentum and get them in quick. Offer them a spot on the same day if it's possible. That's the best case scenario. Obviously, you can't do that every time. So maximum 4 days out. That's it. No questions asked. Unless they say like they genuinely have a desire to get it a week out. Different story. But generally speaking, always suggest dates within 4 days unless they have an objection to that and they actually want to get it done like next week. But keep it within 4 days otherwise. So once you book them into the calendar, we're going to automatically do this, but I thought I'd just explain it one more time. After you put them in, they'll get an email and a calendar invite through the email. So they'll be notified like, hey, put this into your calendar so you remember this is booked for you. The day before booking, so 24 hours before the booking, we'll send out a text as well. The day of booking now, so 1 hour before their appointment, we'll send an automatic text as well. We suggest you do a confirmation call just to double check everything is cool, everything's nice and neat for them to just be able to work with you and get their car detailed or ceramic coated, everything. We just suggest you do a confirmation call. And if for whatever reason it's a no-show, let's say they just like canceled on you maybe, or if they just didn't open the door at their house if you're a mobile detailer, or just something, let's just say they didn't get the job done. What do? You continue the golden follow-up system for clients. So you just put them right back into the system. Contact them again, double dial, text them, be like, hey, would you still like this detailing job or this ceramic coating? What's up? So just double check, get them through that golden follow-up system one more time. But that's the entire system, all you need to really worry about. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you these scripts. And you can actually access them by just clicking it here on the Miro board. I'm going to go ahead and just show you here. All right, so this is the calling and texting scripts and the voice message and the follow-up scripts, everything you'll need in here. And before we start off, go ahead and save this as a file on your laptop, computer, whatever, or download the Google Docs app on your phone and have this document or take screenshots. I don't care, just have it accessible on your phone because that's convenient. Have it on there so you can actually refer to this script whenever you need it. If you're calling someone, you can have their phone right in front of you with the script open and you're calling them and you could just have it there. So it's just convenient that way. So please save this and let's get into it. So I actually want to do one more thing. Sorry. There's one thing I literally just implemented here. Let me go ahead and show you. So there's not much in here, just literally one file in here, but we just started this. We're going to be piling up a bunch of our other clients, recordings of their calls and their text messages, just to give anyone else, if let's say you just want an idea of what other clients are doing working with us, we'll give you an idea. And you can do that by just opening up this file inside the Google document. This file has every single, or not every single, but it has a lot of calls that we think went well. Like this one, we included this. This is our client, Ali. He had a nice call. We thought we'd include in there. So you can listen to that on your own time. So if you open it up, you can play it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to play it right now, but you can play it for yourself, listen to it, see how he did his calls and whatnot. So we're going to do that. And we also actually record the phone calls. In case you didn't know that, that means we do record the phone calls. So whenever you call someone through Lead Connector, that call is being recorded. But yeah, that's just for the sake of improvement. We record them because we want you to look back at them. We want you to see, where can I improve for the future when next time, I call someone up? How can I do better? What can I do that's different? Just see where you went wrong and improve. That's really the main idea of why we do the recording of the phone calls and text. We just make sure you understand the text. But text, you don't really have to record. They're always there, right? So yeah, that's the phone calls / texts vault. You can open that, and I'm sure that's going to start piling up very soon with a bunch of phone calls and texts. Whether that's you or another client working with us, it's there for just examples and ideas of what you can be doing when you call people or text. So anyways, first thing we're going to go over is the outbound appointment booking phone script and the inbound at the same time. So let me explain. Outbound basically means that you're calling them. Inbound means that they called you. Outbound, you called out. Inbound, they called you. Get it? Cool. So let's go. This is how it goes from the start. So let's say you're calling them out because they were a hot lead. They replied to your text, your initial text, and they're a hot lead now. Boom, let's go call them up. They're going to be like, oh. You're going to say, hey, is this John? With an enthusiastic tone. And then they're going to be like, yes, who is this? You're going to say, hey, John, this is Jason from Detailer Doc. I was calling to thank you up for signing for our special $25 off full details. And actually, if you schedule a detailing appointment right now, we'll include a free tire shine on top of that $25 off. I'm going to go into more detail about this incentive-based thing. This really helps get sales, but I'll go over that after I'm done this. And they'll say something like, after you say all that, they'll say something like, oh, okay, oh, that's right. And you proceed with the rest of the script down here. But let's say that it was an inbound, they called you situation now. You didn't call them, but they called you. This is how it would go now. So this is what you're going to say. Right when you answer the phone, you're going to say, hey, Jason speaking. How can I help you? Put the tone there and just say that. Then be like, hey, hello, I was calling regarding your detailing offer I saw. Can I get a price? Let's say usually a question or something, and answer the question. So maybe they said, what's the price? Maybe say, yeah, awesome, I can get you a price, but I just need to know a few things before I do. So that's what you're going to say. And whether that's inbound right here, inbound or outbound, this is how it's going to start. Inbound or outbound. And then this is the main script that you're going to follow, whether it's inbound or outbound. So let's say, well, it doesn't really matter, right? It's always going to lead to the same path. So let's say, after both of these, you did them, it's going to always come back right down to here. So this is what you're going to do next. So awesome. So we'd love to get your vehicle detailed at a time that works best for you. But before we decide to do that, what kind of vehicle do you drive? And then they'll respond with, I drive a Porsche Macan. Can I get a price? And you'll say something like, nice car. So before I can get you a price, are you looking to get a full detail that's interior plus exterior? Or I could break it down into either interior or exterior separately if that's better for you. Then they'll respond with whatever. So I'm actually looking for a full detail job. And then you'll say, all right, so does your vehicle need a deep clean, any stains, any mold or hair and scratch removal, any of that? Or do you just need the regular? And then they'll say, I just need the regular. Sounds good. So we're actually a mobile service, and we can come right to you. That means, and with $25 discount applied, we'll have you pay 175 instead of 200 for the full detail. And on top of that, of course, if you do book today, you will get that free tire shine included as well for the full detail. But before I book you in, I just need to make sure you actually have access to water and electricity. Yeah, that sounds perfect. That sounds good. And I do have access to both, actually. And then you'll say, perfect. So we're available anywhere from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. today and tomorrow. So what time works best with you? And then, they'll answer like maybe, you know what, maybe tomorrow works. I get off on the evening time, in the evening time. So maybe 6 p.m. is cool. That's perfect with us. I'll go ahead and book you in for 6 p.m. tomorrow. And they'll be like, sounds good. Do I need to, do anything before you arrive? They might ask a simple question like that after. Just say something like this. So just make sure your vehicle is parked somewhere accessible. And if we're doing an interior detail, you might want to remove anything personal, any personal belongings, but that's it. Sounds good. And then, end the call here. So awesome. I'll send you a quick text with your appointment confirmation. That would be great. No problem, John. I'll send that over right now, and I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Then, if you have any questions, feel free to text me at this number, and I'll get right back to you as soon as possible. So, something along those lines. It does not have to be this exact script. This script is just the general idea. So, you can change it to your service or your offer we're providing with you. So, maybe you want to do an interior fragrance. I don't know, something like that. Maybe you want to do I don't know, it's just some sort of incentive offer. It doesn't have to be the same thing here. It doesn't have to be everything that's written here. It doesn't have to be the same words even. You can change the words to your own tone. What the things, words you normally say. Not everyone is going to say what's on the script right here. People do have a different sense of what words they use. So if you use different words, do that. Use different words. That's okay. As long as you get the general idea down, that's what matters. This whole script is just to get some qualifying questions and then a booking at the end. That's literally it. That's the entire script dumbed down into 2 steps. Qualify, book. That's it. Do that how you need to. Ask the questions how you need to. Qualify them however you'd like to with whatever words, whatever offer, and whatever incentive offer we have going for you. So do that as you need to. Doesn't have to be the exact script. This is just the general idea. So just understand that, and we'll be perfect. You'll be perfect, and you'll be booking jobs easily. Don't worry. So, yeah, that's the general script for calling. It's pretty much the same thing for texting, but I just want to go over a few things here. So, just some basic things that you should understand with sales. So, first of all, when you're done the call and it goes successfully, immediately schedule their appointment in Lead Connector and make sure they get the appointment confirmation email and or text. Make sure they get it, and then yeah, that's really it. That's the whole thing. So yeah, now just some quick tips on actually calling. Calling is I think, the most leverage you can have on getting a booking because it has them right there and then on the phone. You don't have to text back and forth, wait an hour, none of that bullshit, no email, no inconvenience. It's right there. They're right there, and this is probably the easiest way to get a booking if everything goes correct. And how can you make sure everything goes correct? These basic foundations will help you. First things first, tone. It's super important. Probably the most important thing. It almost doesn't even matter what you say. It's just how you say it, the tone. I can give you the script, but if I said it, it'd probably be really good, but it wouldn't be really good if someone else said it. That's because of the tone. So don't sound monotone. Do not sound monotone. Do not sound like this. Okay, so can I get a booking in for tomorrow with you? Do not sound like that. Sound like, all right, so can I get a booking with you maybe tomorrow or the day after? Sound like that. Do not sound monotone. Have some emotion when speaking. How I like to see it is, and how I was taught actually, is act like a Chad, not a beta. Do not act like a little, I don't know, loser. That's just how I think it. Act like that person, that guy, that man that you want to be. Think of yourself. Think of yourself being where you want to be in the future. You know, you're a millionaire in the future. You have a beautiful wife, a nice house, you have beautiful kids. How would that person, you know, you in the future, how would that person, that future you act? You would act like a Chad, right? Because he has all of that stuff, all of the things you dream of. Act like that. Don't act like a beta. You know, it's a joke, but like literally, like act like who you want to be and do that. Act like that man, that guy that you really are deep down. So just act like him and just make sure you just sound enthusiastic, happy, you know. And genuinely, do not sound monotone. Have some emotion. Next, so if any questions come up, answer them in a positive way and lead the conversation towards locking down a time. This is super important because they will almost 100% ask other questions. They'll ask questions to you like maybe they'll say, do you do clay bar treatment? Do you shampoo the seats? How does the procedure work? How does the process go? What's in the package? You know, they'll ask you stuff like that. So whenever they do, answer them in a positive way and then get straight towards, you know, the qualification and the booking again. So maybe at the start, they'll just say, hey, so I was calling a bunch of, maybe they'll say like this. So I was calling a bunch of other detailing places and none of them would describe their exact process. I was wondering, can you tell me your process? And boom, you would say like, for interior details, we actually have like a super simple process, but it's so effective. And, you know, thanks for asking that. It's a good question. But anyways, our interior detailing process basically includes a vacuuming, a steam cleaning, a deep cleaning of all surfaces in your car, including the seats, carpets, dashboard, console, everything. And we even condition any leather, clean windows. We clean the windows and we remove any odors for a fresh feel in your car. And yeah, so if you'd like to get that, if you'd like to get that done, we can go ahead and settle down a time for you. So you'd say something like that. You get the point. Um, I'm not perfect. I mean, it was just an idea. So you can take that as is and do it to however you need to. You just that's just an example I gave. So you can do that, for example. Now, um, this last part. If they have any objections, try to handle them. Show them the value of your service. But if they have more than 2 to 3 objections, it's best to just not try anymore, as it's more than likely to not work out. So what this basically means is if they keep complaining, it's probably not going to end up in a sale. I mean, they're complaining, right? Do people complain and buy? No. They see value and they buy then. You know, they see that this is useful and then they buy. But if they keep complaining, it's not going to happen. So if they do have more than 2 to 3 objections, forget about them. Probably not worth your time. If they have less than, you know, if they have like 1 to 2 objections, cool. Try and handle them. Maybe they just ask like, hey, do you need clay bar treatment? And, you know, maybe that's a deciding factor for them. You know, I need clay bar treatment. So handle that. Just let them know, hey, yeah, we actually do clay bar treatment and we do a thorough um, treatment on the entirety of your vehicle, the exterior of your vehicle, to make sure it's nice and shiny. So if you don't mind, can I go ahead and select a time to book you in for that, and then, you know, get into the booking and whatnot? But you get the point. Handle objections and whatnot. So yeah, always get back to the booking. Now, these are pretty straightforward. I just wanted to go over the calling script. You can go ahead and go over the voicemail script. It's really straightforward. It does not take much to understand. I'll just go over it just for the sake of not having confusion. So quickly, hey John, it's Jason here with Detailer Doc. Just wanted to call you to thank you for signing up for our special $25 off full details offer. The response from Windsor, Ontario has been so great that we're down to only 2 more appointments. If you're available on this Thursday or this Friday at 2 p.m. either day, I'd love to sign you up for that time if that works. And you can go ahead and call me or text me back at this number. It's going to be 604 233 3317, and just ask for Jason. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon. So you get the point. It wasn't perfect there, but just has to be something along those lines, and you'll be good. Text messaging script is so easy. It's literally just like the calling script. Does not take much to understand it. But yeah, just go over it yourself. Link in description. Miro board, link in description of this video. Both these things, as you can see, it'll be there. Just access it, get yourself familiar, and this is up to you to understand. So make sure you fucking understand it. If you don't, sales will be a problem for you. And we don't want that. We want to improve. This procedure is so important that you follow it how I just displayed today. And take action on it. You have to do it how I provided it for you. So this way it actually works. And in the next video now, this is it. Sorry again, 30-minute video. I wish I could do it shorter. These things take time to explain thoroughly. So that's how it's going to be. Next video, I'm going to go into examples. I'm going to show you guys 3 examples of how I would use it in Lead Connector and just how you would go about everything, the whole process through steps 1 to 4. So like when you run the ads, everything, right? Qualify, selling to them, booking them, calendar. Well, I'll go through the whole process in the next video. I'll show you 3 examples, and yeah, that's it for this video. Link in description. Open the links I provided. Get yourself familiar, and let's get you some sales going. Anyways, see you in the next video.